IsReal News. This is the evening brief for Wednesday, April 8th. Questions are emerging about the scope of the ceasefire tied to the Iran conflict. U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance says Iran mistakenly believed the ceasefire included Lebanon. Vance says that was never promised, adding that Israel voluntarily offered to restrain some of its activity in Lebanon to help support the talks. But that restraint was not part of the agreement itself. He warns that if Iran chooses to collapse the negotiations over Lebanon, that would be its decision. Even as diplomatic efforts continue, reports from Lebanon say Israeli forces are again striking in Beirut's Dahiya district. Earlier, Israeli strikes also targeted the Al-Qasmiya bridge over the Litani River after reports the area had been evacuated. The diplomatic picture is shifting across Europe as well. According to a report in the Wall Street Journal, the Trump administration is considering punitive measures against certain NATO countries it believes have not supported the war effort against Iran. The plan could involve relocating U.S. troops from countries seen as unhelpful to those backing the campaign, and potentially closing at least one American base in Europe, possibly in Spain or Germany. French President Emmanuel Macron says he has spoken with both Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian and U.S. President Donald Trump. Macron calls their decision to pursue a ceasefire the best possible option and says it must be respected across all areas of conflict, including Lebanon. He adds that any future agreement must address Iran's nuclear and ballistic missile programs, its regional activities, and the disruption of shipping through the Strait of Hormuz. A separate report from the Washington Post is raising questions about Hungary's role in the broader conflict. The report describes a previously undisclosed phone call between Hungarian Foreign Minister Peter Szijjártó and Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi following Israel's so-called pager operation against Hezbollah last year. In the call, the Hungarian official reportedly offered to share investigative information with Iran to demonstrate that Budapest had no involvement in the operation. The exchange appears to conflict with Hungary's strong public support for Israel and its alignment with U.S. positions in international forums. Hungary's government has said the company linked to the pagers was only an intermediary and had no production facility in the country. Meanwhile, global financial markets are reacting to the easing of tensions. U.S. stocks surge sharply after President Trump suspends attacks on Iran for 2 weeks, effectively pausing a 5-week conflict that had disrupted energy markets and closed a major global shipping route. The Dow Jones Industrial Average jumped more than 1,300 points, its best day since April of last year. The S&P 500 and NASDAQ also posted strong gains. Oil prices fell dramatically on the news. West Texas Intermediate crude dropped more than 16%, while Brent crude declined roughly 13%, as traders reacted to the prospect of reduced supply disruption in the Middle East. Those are the latest headlines from IsReal News.